My father started the company in 1970 as a processing business. The first 2 decades, 70s and 80s, we acquired about 9 different companies, laser focused in the processing space. So working very closely with the payment brands, Visa, MasterCard, American Express. At that time, there were many clothing stores that had their own closed loop credit cards. Remember the Macy's of the world and all these different brands. So we did a lot of processing for them. And around 2004, we really got into the bread and butter of security. And that brings us today, Steve, into our forefront of being a leader in payment security and some different areas that we dabble in across our customer and client requirements and client community, of course.
So Hector, with 50 years, it's an anniversary, it's huge. What are you doing to celebrate, if anything? What are you doing to recognize your employees who helped, bring you to the 50th mark?
So very exciting, Steve. This year for us is a major milestone, right? There's 50 years of a continuous operating company. Before the pandemic hit our shores, we had a multi-pronged, multi-geography celebration planned. We started in February, and it was our first and last one, but we had our annual meeting in Mexico, in Tequila, Mexico, a small little town in Guadalajara. We took over the Jose Cuervo facility and the hotel, and we took about 75 clients and some of our team members to do basically a conference. And for 3 days, we talked about what are we thinking about. We rebranded the company from GM Security Technologies to GM Sectec. It was fantastic. It was a fantastic event. We talked about the past 50 years and the next 50 years. And the whole idea of the whole 2020 was during every quarter having a specific cultural event tied to the 50 years, closing out December with a big event that we wanted to do for the community here in Puerto Rico in a cultural site. Those plans changed certainly because of the pandemic, so now we're looking to go virtual and impact as much as possible. We've done some test runs in the past couple months, but we're also publishing a very nice coffee table book, and we've been working on it for the past year and a half. It's been my father's love and joy, and he's been laser focused on it over the past 18 months. And it talks about the history, right? The history of developing the company, the exit in 99 of the processing business, the restart around the security, laser focus in the security space, the history with Visa, the cultural aspect, the service to community, the sense of community, and being closely linked to that. We're very good at what we do in providing a full services approach to our clients, whether it's consulting, managed security services, or even fraud prevention. And that is, again, at the core of our everyday. So that's going to be specific in that book that's going to be published in December with some sort of virtual event. And the whole idea is to look forward, right? In what we call the next generation, right? I'm second generation, but looking at the next 50 years, what's that going to be? And we really want to make it to that centenary. So now now we've looked at the past, we're in the present, and it's time to look at the future and what that holds. And certainly information security is something that's here to stay. I know from many studies that have been made, this is an area of certain growth, of hyper growth, and there's not enough talent. So we're happy to provide a grain of sand to that big pie.
Hector, thank you so much for joining us. Such a great story, and we're excited to share the story. I talk to a lot of people about your company, so it's a special opportunity for us to memorialize the 50 years and to get it out to the community. So thank you so much for that.
Thank you very much, Steve. Happy to be here.